Everything you see, every star, every atom, even yourself, emerged from what we mistook for empty space. For centuries, physicists understood space as a medium, a fabric carrying light, holding energy. Faraday described it. Maxwell built his equations on it. They called it the ether. Michelson and Morley set out to detect the ether's motion. Their instrument showed no result, and the scientific community drew a conclusion that would shape the next century. If we can't detect it, it isn't there. Space was declared empty, the medium was set aside, and with it, the question of what space actually is. And the physics that followed was built on that assumption. And so was the world. But the question didn't disappear. It went underground. Quantum mechanics, the most precise theory ever built, kept finding energy where there should have been nothing. In 1947, Lamb and Rutherford measured it, a shift in the hydrogen spectrum caused by the energy of the vacuum. A year later, Casimir predicted that two metal plates in a vacuum would be pushed together by the pressure of space itself. It was confirmed. The medium Faraday and Maxwell once described had been found again. Physicists now call it the quantum vacuum. It's energy, zero-point energy. The ether was never gone. We just hadn't learned how to see it yet. The clues had been building for decades. Planck found that even at absolute zero, space oscillates with energy. Einstein showed that space is a geometry that bends, curves, and acts. Wheeler proposed that at the smallest scale, space becomes a churning quantum foam. And Hooft saw the information of the universe encoded on its geometric boundaries. Different decades, different physicists, the same geometric thread. For 30 years, Nassim Haramein and his research team have been pulling on that thread, building a geometric framework from first principles, one that treats the quantum vacuum as the source from which mass, gravity, and force emerge. Not added to the equations, but derived from the geometry of space itself. In 2012, the framework calculated the size of the proton from pure geometry. No fitting, no adjustment, no free parameters. The result was smaller than the established value. It would take 6 years and the most precise measurement ever conducted to confirm it, and that was just the first result. If mass and gravity emerge from the geometry of the vacuum, then everything we built on the assumption that space is empty was built on incomplete physics. Our energy systems draw from resources that are finite, concentrated, and fought over. Our science still has no unified account of how physics connects to living systems, to water, to the biological structures we depend on. These are not separate problems. They share the same root, a physics that never accounted for the structure of space itself. The same geometry that describes the proton is now informing research into how the quantum vacuum organizes life. Our framework opens a different foundation. Every technology civilization has ever built was based on a model of how nature works. Steam came from understanding heat. Electricity came from understanding electromagnetism. What comes from understanding the structure of space itself? That is the question we exist to answer. Not by conquering nature, but by collaborating with it. The research is ongoing. The direction is clear.